All right, so for my final continent of Africa, I'm going to cover Kenya and Tanzania. I did them as a trip together. That's how I'm going to do it as a duo. And I did sort of do a tour for safari on these, so I think it helps to show both. Um, so I actually did Uganda beforehand, which I won't talk about, but I did do a gorilla trek there, which was really incredible. Like you go into the mountains and do um, trek with mountain gorillas, like all in the wild. So yeah, that was really cool. And then we got a 33-hour bus into Nairobi. Um, Everything was super safe. Like the locals were so helpful. It was a very local bus. Yeah, I can only say good things. I think Africa obviously can be dangerous like any other country, but I really think that people, talk it up too much. Like I never had any problems. Nairobi, if I'm going to choose anywhere in Africa, like it is one of the more dangerous places. So you just get Ubers everywhere. So Nairobi, we didn't spend loads of time. It was sort of there to start our trip. Like the tour company was there. You can get a lot cheaper safari tours if you book them when you arrive rather than online. But we actually knew a tour company already, but it was, really cheap to do our safari. I think it was like maybe $1,000 for the 10 days for all meals, accommodation, transport, game park things included. So that's one of the cheaper ones because safari can be quite expensive. So arrived in Nairobi, had a couple of nights there. There's definitely some cool like bars and restaurants, but otherwise I wouldn't really say we did too much there. Um, and then from Nairobi, we drove to Masai Mara, which is where the animals like migrate for like during the seasons of like August to September. So we drove into here into Masai Mara. And then yeah, there we saw like loads of wildebeest and like leopards. We saw loads of lions. We saw a cheetah kill a wildebeest. We saw elephants. We saw zebras. Like we saw everything. It was really, really amazing. And we camped in Masai Mara actually, which was really cool. So I think I've got it here, Masai Mara. That was our eco camp. And then we went back to Nairobi just because our tour company needed us to go back there. And I think actually you can't just cross through to the Serengeti. Like you have to go back to Nairobi and then over the border to Kenya. I mean, to Tanzania, which is quite cool because you go past like Mount Kilimanjaro. I met a lot of people hiking there. It does look really cool, but I didn't do it. And then we stayed in Arusha for a couple of nights. I quite liked Arusha. Like it was a really kind of like bohemian vibe, like a small city, I guess, and then a good gateway to some of the other places. So Lake Manyara was really cool. Like the game animals like go right down to the lake. It's like in the middle of a crater, which is really cool. And then yeah, it's on the way to the Serengeti. So we spent I think like 2 nights in the Serengeti, which was just amazing. Like it's exactly like the Lion King. There's just so many animals everywhere, like amazing photos, like honestly just like this. We did so many safari drives, and we just saw everything. We did sunrise drives, we did sunset drives, like it's just one of the most incredible places and it gives you such appreciation for like the wild. um, like when we saw the wildebeest be killed by the leopard, like you just feel, yeah, you're really in the wild. And we camped like literally in the game park with like zebras and hyenas, like all just walking around at night, which was pretty cool. And then we went to Gora Gora Crater, which is around here, and that was sort of like yeah, the middle of a crater. And yeah, that was like really amazing because basically like the wildlife are sort of the ones that are there are stuck there. So yeah, they're like all sort of in that lake area. And then we went back to Arusha for a couple of nights, and then we flew to Zanzibar, which I absolutely love Zanzibar. And I think I have some photos. Like the water is just incredible. Like, yeah, just like beautiful really clear water. This was the hostel we stayed at. I think it's called Tim's Hostel. And yeah, like the pool is there and then right out onto the water, which was amazing. Swimming in like watering holes. And yeah, really, really recommend Zanzibar. Um, you can stay in multiple locations. So the Stone Town, we didn't stay there, but it's really good for a visit. Really cool, like markets and shops. Bought some artwork, like bought really local like products, like face products and stuff, and just like really beautiful kind of streets and that. But yeah, we didn't stay there. You do have kind of like private drivers that drive you all around the island, and that can kind of add up. But yeah, Tim's hostel was near Jambiani. Oh, sorry, New Teddy's was the name of the hostel, not Tim's. New Teddy's, this was the one that I stayed at. It's a hostel, but because I was with friends, we did like a private room. And yeah, same picture. Yeah, really amazing views. And yeah, it's right near Pudgee, which is a really fun party place. Like if you're into beach parties and things like that, like Pudgee just goes off like every night, which is really fun. So it's all like locals, but then there's a lot of like people, like Dutch people there as well, because they all come and do like an exchange thing in Zanzibar. And from here, actually, we did a boat trip one day where we had like full like lobster, seafood, everything included, drinks for like $50 out to one of these sandbars, and we just like sat around the sandbar in the water having like a barbecue, which was amazing. And then from Jambiani, we went up north. We stayed around Nungwi, but also Kendwa is good. Again, like some really good beach clubs around here. Depends what you like. Otherwise, this side has some quieter like villas and stuff, but everything's like very easy to get to. The only thing is sometimes the roads, like you have to go back here to go up there. So depends what you're looking for, I guess. There's really good windsurfing or kite surfing around here because like Zanzibar is really famous for that, and really good dives as well. Like some really famous scuba dive and snorkeling out here. My friends did that, and their pictures were amazing. So yeah, Zanzibar, I think like at least, a week, but you could do a couple of days. But yeah, I loved it there. I would honestly like live and work there. It was really fun. And then we flew back into Dar es Salaam and then to Ethiopia. And then I flew back to London because I was living there at the time. So, yeah, really recommend Africa. Otherwise, I've also done South Africa, which I love South Africa. I think that's really amazing. I haven't done anything else other than Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and Morocco. But I do really want to do Ghana and Nigeria because I've heard they're really fun as well. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the bonus content and that can help you plan some of your itineraries.